I'm Robin Feicht, Stamping Country. Welcome to my studio. Today we're going to make this fun pop-up card. The outside of the card looks great, but these pop-ups are extra special and you're not expecting it. And the good news is they mail fairly flat. We're going to make this with the New Wonders Hostess set from Stampin' Up. Now to find the Hostess sets, you need to go towards the back of the catalog. The Hostess page starts on 205. In order to qualify to purchase Hostess sets, you need a $150 order. You can combine it as a group or put in an individual order, and then you can use your rewards to purchase the Hostess set. This is a distinctive stamp, and we'll talk more about that. There's tons of detail that gives it a lot of dimension. The first thing we're going to do is stamp all these little angels. I'm going to use all three because I couldn't decide. One for the front and two for the inside. We'll use Jet Black let's try that again. Jet Black Memento ink because we're going to use our Stampin' Blends, so we want to use water-based ink. The beauty of using the Stamparatus is if it's a little light in a space, you can go back and fix it. I love that, especially with these distinctive stamps where there's so much detail. Now we'll do our little angel for the front. Yeah, let's give her a little bit more. She's looking pretty good. Okay, now we're going to cut out all of our images with dies. I'm using the layering ovals. I'm using the stitch shapes. That'll be the one for the front. And then I'm using the layering square die and running it like a diamond for the other pop-up. Okay, once they're all cut out, we're going to go ahead and start coloring. I'm going to color all the hearts with Lovely in Lipstick Stampin' Blend. It's fairly quick. And then I'm just sort of outlining the little sparkles with the Pool Party. I'm using the darker so it shows up a little better. Then I'm going to use the lighter Pool Party, and see how the shadows of that paper, I'm just sort of coloring that. Now for the skin, I'm using Petal Pink. I'm starting with the light. Gives me a nice flesh tone. And then I'm going to go back and give cheeks, give some shadows along the hairline. The stamp really does show you where to put the extra, and we can do her hands. Let's do their feet too. Make sure to check, see if any necks are showing. Okay, now for the wings, just to give them a little pop, I'm adding a little bit of, what is this color? Seafoam spray, and then I blend it out with a color lifter. For the eyes, I am just adding a little bit of blue or brown. We're going to use the seafoam spray to color her pen, and then a little smoky slate. Now watch what these distinctive stamps, how they help you color. You can color like a pro with these distinctive stamps. They make you look so good. I'm starting with So Saffron Light and going over the moon. Now you can see where the shadows are. They show you. Talk about easy. Then you use the dark So Saffron, and I'm going to blend it out just a little bit more with the light so that we don't see lines. Yep, looks great. Okay, let's color her top, the So Saffron also. So I'm starting with the darker this time. I find that some people start with the dark, some people start with the light. Just experiment what works best for you. And some things the light might work better and the dark. But basically, if you blend them out, you should be okay. You want to work fairly quickly so everything blends nicely. And I'm going to color her shirt, the darker Pool Party. It's all shaded, so it's a real quick fix. Let's give her soft suede hair. So we'll color with the lighter soft suede. Give her some strokes here. These little gals are so whimsical. Now we need to add a little depth to her hair, so we're going to go back with the dark. You can see where it should be shaded. And then we're also going to try to give it some strands. Ooh, that's a little too thick. I should have used the finer tip. Yeah, so it looks more like hair if you use the finer tip. Oh, let's see. Can we fix this? Let's see if we can blend some of that out. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, quick fix. Let's do her shirt with mint macarons, Stampin' Blends. I'm going to start with the shaded areas. And again, this stamp shows me where to shade. And then I'll go with the lighter and blend into the dark with the lighter mint macaron. Oh, they're so cute. And then we'll do these leaves. I'm going to start with the dark and work to the light. Although you could also start with the light and work to the dark. See which works better for you. And then I'll go back with the light and just blend them together. Give it a little depth. Soft and flowing. Got a little outside the line, so I'm using my color lifter to sort of move that ink back in. Now we'll use the Flirty Flamingo. We'll start with the dark. It's naturally shaded under her shirt there, but if you can't remember that, the drawing shows you. And then we go to the light, and then I'm going to do her little buttons or accents on her shirt with the flamingo. Now, let's use Purple Posy. We'll start with the dark, and we'll color the little shaded areas. We'll go to the light. Oh, they look so fabulous. Don't forget the little accents on her shirt. Okay, let's have a blonde. Let's color the base of her hair with So Saffron. Sort of a soft yellow. Now remember to use the fine tip this time. So where the drawing's showing us to shade, we're shading. And then we'll try to do some more hair strands also. She looks great. Okay, how about a brunette? Let's start with some Cajun Craze. Oop, too dark. Let's do the light Cajun Craze for our base. All right. Now this particular little gal has the drawing has a lot of lines. So I'm going to use the fine tip, and I'm using the bronze, which is actually a skin tone. But I'm going to use it in her hair. It's a great way to give her, this little brunette, some depth to her hair. So I'm just drawing on all those lines. Missed a little bit of my petal pink there. Oh, they look fabulous. Okay, so we're going to stamp our sentiment with lovely lipstick, and it says, each new page reveals a new wonder to be experienced. And then we're going to place our little oval on the front. I have some Rococo Rose, what is it, ruffled ribbon. It's new in the catalog, and I'm popping it up with some dimensionals. I did emboss the front of my card with the subtle embossing folder. Okay, let's work on the inside. We're almost to the pop-ups. First, I'm going to stamp some of these little leaves. Remember, you want to do an odd number. I have an idea where they need to be because I've already made one card. So I'm just randomly stamping these, going down the whole card. By the way, my card base is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored at 5 1/2. And let's stamp the celebrate. So I'm using the whole inside of my card for this. And then we're going to color the leaves like we did on the other picture. So I'm starting with the dark, but you could start with the light, see what works for you. And then blend them out. These truly are easy because the line art, oh, here, I'm going to start with the light. I'll show you. You can start with the light, and you can blend out with the dark. Okay, now for the pop-ups. To do the pop-ups, oh, let's put this front panel on first. To do the pop-ups, I am going to just use a scrap of Whisper White. Oh, it's about 1.5 inches. You can make this any size you want. And then I'm going to score every inch. You can make those farther apart or closer together if you want. And I'm going to need 5 for each pop-up, so I have 10 altogether. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can make 2 separate strips, but this is just easier. And then you can fold them, and then we're going to use tear and tape to adhere them to make them strong for our pop-up. And then take a pick tool and pull off the backing. And then we're going to put them together sort of, they're going to look like little cubes, only they're open-ended cubes, I guess. So it's a flexible little cube. And that's actually our pop-up. Remember, you can make these any size you want. You just want to make sure that they will stay tucked behind your image, whatever you're popping up. And then we'll need some more to adhere our images. To do that, flatten it out and make sure that none of it is going to show when it pops up. Okay, and when it's flat. All right, do the same thing with the oval. Okay, then we need adhesive. You can flatten it out again. We're going to need adhesive on one little rectangle. And then all that's left is to put it in your card. So this is pretty easy. You want to make sure that it stays within your card, of course. I flatten it to put it on. I'm not pressing very hard because I have a tendency to put them in the wrong place. Yep, this one's popping up the other way. Okay, we'll put it here because when it pops up, it comes down. Okay, perfect. We'll do the same thing for the other one. All right. Make sure you don't go over the center fold. Otherwise, you need to put a score line there. Oh, I did it twice. Wrong spot. Okay. And there we go. A double pop-up. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and like. You can find supplies for your card at www.stampingcountry.com. Have a fabulous day.